become good friends. We've gone back and forth, and he has the heart of a youth pastor as well. So if you guys will welcome Val to the stage.
Well, hi guys, thank you so much for inviting us. It's a privilege for us to be here. And indeed, it was a mistake. I don't know exactly how it happened, but apparently there are two Romanian churches with the name Bethel in Anaheim. One is Pentecostal, one is Baptist. And Robert was looking for the Pentecostal church, and apparently found us. And I'm glad that he did, because we've developed quite a friendship over this 2 years. And actually, last year, at the same time we were here for the commissioning service, sort of the team that was going to Romania last year, and that was awesome to just be part of this. It's a privilege for us to be able to be part of a ministry for the Romanian people. All of us, as you heard, were of Romanian descent. I was born in the United States, but I lived in Romania over 20 years, and I become more Romanian than American. So we all have a heart for the Romanian people, particularly because of that. Now, I'm Val monafu from Battle Baptist Church, and I was here with the worship team called Saturday Night Alive. Yes, their leader tonight was Eddie, who also played the keys. And then we had Cristian Pancescu in the drums. We had Robert Dragomir, who sang solo. And then we had Radu Bodnat, the guitar, and Stephen Galev, who played the bass guitar. So it's going to be Lucian is here, who's our prayer warrior and spiritual leader many times, and then Valentina, who also is part of the team. There are 4 other girls who are part of this worship band, but they weren't able to be here tonight, even though they wanted to. So it's great to be here. I'm going to be very short. I'm going to speak 45 minutes, maybe 42. I got 15 minutes on this. I'm going to try to do that. Last night at our church, our pastor spoke about fishing, and he spoke about a particular type of fishing. He spoke about being fishermen of men, or fishers of men. Jesus talks about that, and he encourages his disciples to be fishers of men. But the message was about missions, and as I was listening to it, I was thinking about what I was going to tell you tonight, and I thought it made sense to talk about fishing, even though I don't like fishing. I don't know how many of you like fishing. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but I just find it a little bit boring. I'd much rather watch a movie or spend time with my kids. But some people love fishing. My brother-in-law is one of them. He is passionate about fishing. He can wake up early morning, ungodly hours, 4 in the morning, get the stuff ready, get in the car and go to Colorado River, whenever it could be 130 degrees outside, a bunch of different, insects, mosquitoes and other, other creatures crawling around. He just sits there fishing, and he doesn't even eat the fish after fishing. He doesn't like fish, which doesn't bother me because I love fish. So he brings it home and we all have a feast. But I don't understand his passion. How can he be so passionate about fishing? It boggles my mind. I just don't get it. I understand passion. I understand that. I have been married for 8 years to my wonderful wife, Christine. We have 2 kids, very handsome boys. And I'm passionate about them. I love them passionately. I remember when I first fell in love with my wife 10 years ago. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I just wanted to be. I was in love with, passionately in love with her. Like fishing. Seriously. Think about it. But I understand. Other people are passionate about other things, right? And it's great because passion is a characteristic of human beings that God has placed into us, and it's wonderful that we can experience it no matter how it is, how we experience it. It's something that makes us great communicators of what God is. We cannot just preach the Word of God without passion. We cannot be Christians without passion. We'll be dry. Nobody would follow Christ if we weren't passionate about Him. So regardless of what your passions are, as Christians, we got to be passionate for Christ. And tonight is all about this group of wonderful people who are going to Romania to bring this gospel of Jesus Christ, this wonderful news that we receive about how He saves us, to the people of Romania. It's all about them. decision to go on this short-term mission trip. And I pray that this decision was motivated by their passion for God. You know what? I read somewhere that some people, when they go on a mission trip, their decision is based not necessarily on passion, but on the fact that they heard that God commanded us to go to the ends of the world and take the gospels to all nations and baptize people. And they say, well, God told me to do that, I have to go do it. Or other people say, well, my motivation is that, there's so many people out there who have never heard about Jesus, and I feel for them. I have to go. I feel it's my responsibility to go and tell them about Jesus. The bad news for these people is that if that's the only motivation, that's going to be very disappointing soon, because people don't want to hear about Jesus. And if you go there thinking that they're going to welcome you and welcome your message, you're going to be very disappointed. It's like, like me wanting to get married because God said it's not good for a man to be alone. That's why I want to get married. Or maybe I'm thinking, I'm going to get married. There's so many women out there who need me, I gotta go. Yeah, I feel for it. It's my responsibility. I got married. I fell in love passionately with my wife, and I still am in love. So that's the motivation for ministry and for missions got to be the love for God and for people. In fact, I'm sure you know in Matthew 22:36, 34, 35, 36, Jesus, when asked what is the greatest commandment, what did he say? He said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. That's the greatest commandment of all. Of all the commandments in the Bible that God has given us, the greatest commandment is to love God passionately with everything that we are. Heart, soul, strength, mind, and our neighbors as ourselves. That's passion. That's being passionate. That's being in love and having this desire to tell people about Jesus. What did I tell you? The people are going to Romania in a couple of days. Should I tell you that it will be hard, it will be difficult? I mean, we've heard the stories from Robert, what happened last year. They got to sleep in water, and they got to sleep in containers and stuff like that. It will be hot. I got to tell you, it'll be hot. It'll be humid. There'll be weird insects flying around and plants you've never seen and not used to. People speaking a language you don't understand. And we'll probably be talking about you. The food's going to be different. The water is not going to be cold. There's going to be ice in water. Romanians believe that ice causes cancer. So there's no ice in literally. There's no ice in the water. So they're going to look weird if you ask for ice in your water. There will be tomatoes for breakfast. There will be tomatoes for breakfast. And there's going to be no toilet seat covers. Let's see if you can find a toilet. Sometimes you'll be able to find one, but no toilet seat covers. But I'm not going to tell you all these things. I'm not going to say all these things. I want to encourage you because you don't care about all these shortcomings because you're passionate about Jesus and you're passionate about people from Romania, and that's why you're going. And that's why all these things that seem a little bit not very nice, it's going to be overshadowed by the fact that you really want to be there and you really want to bless those people. And how about for us? They're not going on a short-term mission trip. What can we say about us? Well, the same commandment applies to us. To love the Lord our God, and to love the neighbors as ourselves. We're not going on a short-term mission trip. That's very true. But you know what? For those of us who are Christians, who have given our lives to Christ, we already are on a very long-term mission trip. The moment we signed up to be a Christian, we became missionaries. And our way of sending this message is not necessarily through preaching or through tracts, like I said, or through doing the things that we do in church, but by loving and being passionate about the people around us and about God. I have new neighbors next door to my house, and I have not gotten to know them yet. And I feel bad because I don't know who they are, and I'd like to go and meet them and see if they know the Lord. And I feel passionate for them, and slowly I will get to know them. But many times we go into different places, and we don't even look to the left or to the right, and we just want to be in our own little cell and think about ourselves. But that's not what Christians do. We are called to a life of passion. life for us in a moment of passionate love, and we are to take that passionate love to the people around us. And whenever somebody sees us, to have an opportunity or a reason to ask, what is the hope within us, like Peter says in 1 Peter 3:15. He says, if anyone asks you, always be ready to give an account for the hope that's within you. They're not going to ask unless they see your passion. So my encouragement for you tonight, those of you who are going to Romania, and those of you who are staying here, and those of us who are going back to Anaheim, keep up the passion, the love for Jesus Christ by praying every day and by spending time with God and learning more about Him and being more and more like Him. Amen.